Coming up on this week's Retro Robbins show, Seb and the team have been at it again. Yes, Richard Hollins has provided the bleep music. We have a brand new exclusive game to review on Retro Robbins, as well as a look at some more games that you can drift a bit into, if you'll catch what I mean. And we'll go back to issue 88, 1991 of Crash. And we've got a blast from the past as well as those re-reviews. So if you love a bit of retro gaming fun for the retro weekend, why not join me, Retro Robbins, and of course Emo there, my AI to dance to AY robot. It's a whole lot of gaming fun. Emo, stop tapping your foot. Let's go on with the show. Rub the tiles. Okay, Emo. Hello, welcome to the Retro Robbins show. You don't want to know what he just said. What's on today's show? We've got a first look at a brand new game. Murray's team at Seb and Richard Hollins and one or two others involved in another great game to which you get an exclusive, a first look before anybody else has actually played it. And we're going to have a good look at a good play of that coming up in a bit, of course, as well as one or two other games that I've seen being played on the retro community. And we're going to go back to 1991 for issue number 88. That's a May issue. Finally finish off that magazine. There you go. Emo, the AI robot, now dancing to AY music. And that's what he's supposed to do. Not tell me bad jokes. That's another story. As always, today's show is run on the Engo clone, the clone of the Spectrum Next. Soon, hopefully, by the end of next year, we might have a Next ourselves. I've been looking forward to that for so long. Missed the first Kickstarter. Oh boy, I'm going to go for it. Providing music today will be the 128k Toast Rack, the +3 as well as the Harley Quinn RAV 128k kit clone that I've built up of a Spectrum. And it's in a nice rubber keyboard case with illuminated keys. Yeah, I did that. So, as always, if you like today's show, please remember to like. It's important you hit the like button, share and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment below and I'll always try and get back to you. Are we ready? Yep. Big message on the screen saying subscribe. I need a drink. Oh well. Enough yibba yabba. Let's get on with today's show. I like to let the music finish. And I like to let Emo finish as well. Oh, not only that, Crash is getting closer. 26th of November at Bescott Stadium. If you haven't got a ticket, go get one now. And might even tell you one or two things about the Christmas Crash cover tape, which I've virtually done. Well, the first game I've seen today being played a lot, of course, is this brand new game based on an original game that was released. Looking at that loading screen, that is pretty, well, black and white, and it looks like he's a bit mean, doesn't he? Mr. Pac-Man himself. He's got a gun to a ghost's head. That's quite spooky. Let's have a look at the actual game itself. Opens with a nice AY tune. We've heard this AY tune before, I'm sure. I can't think what game it was on though. It'll probably come back to me in a bit. Apart from that, there's not really that much in the presentation of the game. You can redefine your keys. Obviously, you've got the usual selection of keys. Just letting the AY tune play for just a tad. Okay, we can see the two ghosts. We've got a red and a magneto one, shall we say, on the screen there. But apart from that, nothing at all. So let's have a look how quick we can redefine the keys for. Because I'm using the Engo keyboard, it's quite responsive and it's got a nice tactile feel to it. Right, you're this guy here. And while we do it, let's just turn that music down just a tad because I don't... Now obviously the exit's blocked, there's no time limit. There's no real time limit. But he absolutely follows you, and boy does he follow you fast. You've really got to be on your ball to get away from him. So I'm hopefully going to be able to get to that bullet before he gets to me. Yeah. Once you've got that bullet, because you've got the red one, that can kill the red type of those. But any other colour though, you're in trouble with. They all tend to track you except for this one. You just got to basically time the bounces and avoid the bounces. Go around the screen collecting the points. I think we're okay this time. Yeah, okay. We'll move on to the... Oh, getting that gap can be quite tricky. Is he coming down here? Yes, he is. So I didn't do too good there. You virtually got to be on the ball when you enter in every screen, because sometimes there's a bit of an unfair thing where you enter the screen in the wrong place, you're instantly dead. And now, because he's too close to me, I'm not going to get down there without dying. Oh no, look. It's really, really tough. Okay, I've managed to avoid him this time round. Got 5 bullets and I might need one in a minute. There you go. There's a red guy. Obviously, because he's going to come, I can get rid of him. That's no problem. And now they come straight back, so there's no real... Oh, did I... Yeah, there was something in that room I need to collect. And I managed to avoid that, okay. Nice looking wall. A little bit of a white brick effect on. This can be quite annoying, waiting for him to move out your way so you can get to the next screen. What's unusual about this, well, what looks to be Pac-Man, he's got feet. And his feet are kind of walking, aren't they? So, hang on, there's my autofocus playing up there. No, it isn't. Let's just zoom in and have a touch. Can you see his feet there? Watch him move as we move across the screen. Feet, and his mouth moves more than mine. There you go. Unusual smile. Let's bring you back out. There we go. Yes, we do have AY music in the... I've lost already, but we'll get back to that point. I've got back here. Now, where you enter the screen is important, because obviously you can kill the red ghost, but you can't kill that one, so you've got to really nail it. There's no time to stand still here. There are occasional respites, but not very many. And just want to get that there. They catch you up pretty quick, so I mean, I've run out of bullets as it happens. Now I've got that spanner, hopefully we can get back to, yeah, there you go. That's a bit of the game I don't like, because once you run out of bullets it becomes really, really hard, and if you enter the screen in the wrong place you can lose your lives quite quickly and in rapid succession. The same here, you only get a small window of opportunity to get back to where you started. So on that occasion we might be able to do it. Now if you hit one of those red things in the middle of the screen, you lose a life, but they can literally travel through them, which is not very handy, to be fair, when you're running for your life. And the only way around here is you've got to outrun these. And if you turn too quickly, you tend to get stuck and you move. So it's not easy to get around the bends. You've got to really be pixel perfect to get around the bends. The tune's okay. It doesn't get on your nerves. The graphics are okay. Yeah, I've quite enjoyed it. I just found the game a little bit tough and a bit unfair when you enter screens where you can lose lots of lives. But because it's difficult and you want to get as far as you can, I have been trying to get off that first level, and every time I'd run out of ammo and I couldn't quite get it back. I thought it was a little bit too hard to start with. Marks out of 10, well, I'm going to give that a 6.5 out of 10. Wasn't one of my favourite games. I prefer an original Pac-Man game. However, it's something different, and is it a Pac-Man game? Well, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, it is. You know, so do you agree? If so, leave your comments with the comments below. Right, everybody's been playing this, so I thought we'd have a look at it. It's got a fantastic loading screen, and it's also got nice opening AY music. Zolshare Entertainment release, of course. They've done a couple of great 16K games that I'd like to get hold of myself and get onto a crash cover tape. However, it's really hard trying to communicate with those at the moment because they've been blocked on a lot of the media platforms. You can get in touch with them with Telegram, if you've got Telegram. Right, we can really find the keys, but the keys are okay in my QAOP space. And the key to the game is to try and get drifts, and the longer you can drift, the higher the score. We got sound effects, so I'm not going to put any AY music on just yet, but the sound effects themselves are pretty good. So shall we go for the game? Pre-G to start game. I love the little track that goes across the front of the screen there, the little skiddy mark track, brilliant. Now I've got drift in the background. You can choose between two cars. Everybody wants me to go for the Subaru, don't they? So I suppose I'll go for this one. Is it a Subaru? I'm not even sure what car it is, you know. Let's get that back into focus. There we go, in focus. First scene, the first stage is there. You then got to pick yourself a character. You're player one. You look like the Stig, don't you, from out of Top Gear? I'm going to be the Stig. Perhaps I should be listening to classical music in the background. Gives you the first course. It's fairly easy, the first one. However, there's a tight spot behind the back, and you've got 30 seconds to get this right. Nice little opening animation where the lady comes across and she'll drop her flag to say go. Obviously, you're going towards the starting figure. And as soon as she says go, nail it as fast as you can. And we're getting a good drift already. Look at that go. And oh, don't go outside the lap. And now we should get a good drift and not turn too quickly. That's a good one indeed, isn't it? That's a beauty. Get back in before we get disqualified. Finish. I might actually make some positive pipes. Yeah, we'll keep that. So I've got minus 150 plus 264 plus 240, so total of 303. That's not bad for me because the first two times I played it, I was absolutely dreadful. And it looks like they've all beat me. I done well there and I still come last. Go figure. It's just mean. One player did not reach the final. That's me. The one player, player one. Okay, we get another course hopefully. It's a figure of 8. It's really hard to drift on here, but there are sections. Mainly you just got to get on the 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready.
I am.
Go.
I got the first one right, so can't drift any further than that. Oh, about there, about. I'm disqualified. We'll keep it anyways. Oh, not happy. I didn't reach the final. Okay, my conclusion then. Well, the game's pretty good. Pretty good. Really tricky, really hard. Takes a few goes to get used to doing the drift, to get around the figure of 8 track or any other track and still be able to get drifts. But it starts you with a nice easier level so as you can be able to get to scoring, and then it gets extremely hard, extremely fast. Graphically, it's all it needs to be for a Spectrum game. You don't expect too much there, unless it's a Spectrum Next. I'd expect an outrun version to be perfectly full of all the colours you require. And it's good. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. I don't know what you make of it, but for the game itself, Drift, I enjoyed it, but really, really hard. Almost as hard as that first game I played. But not quite as hard as that first game I played. Right, let's go for an exclusive then. Just loading up this brand new game that I've been sent. This is the first viewing ever and I'll be the first to play it. Wow, we start with an absolutely amazing Trick or Treat. Jonathan's Trick or Treat, and that'll be Jonathan Chadwell. I'm just going to adjust the picture slightly. There we go, so you're perfectly in line. There we go, that's better. Opening impression then. Great loading screen. Perfectly timed for Halloween. It's a bit of a run-up parody, isn't it, to be fair? And that pumpkin looks proper rangy. Sound, as always, top notch for a bleeper sound. Yeah, that's exactly what you'd get on your Spectrum. If you had one, you'd get this excellent sound. But if you've got the 128K, you also get the added bonus of AY music as well. And it's so far so good. Should we have a look at the game? Yeah, why not? Sorry, Rich, got to get rid of this music now. Jonathan's Trick or Treat. I've already hacked it, by the way. I only had this sent to me the other day. You've got the usual options of keyboard, Kempson Sinclair. Unfortunately, you can't redefine your own keys. Always a bit of a minus. I like games where you can redefine your keys, but you know, that is really picking flies. Nice graphics of the sort of melting letters there, and you know, you've got the Jonathan's Trick or Treat in red. Then we go to the yellow via the white, so it's a good combination of colours on the screen. And Alan Turvey. Sorry, Alan. It's the AGD development engine. Jonathan Caldwell. Do their parodying in this. That's easy for me to say. Well, okay. Well, I know what you're saying. Shut up, Retro Robbins. Get on and play the game. Emo, are you ready? Let's go for it. And the music's gone quiet. So any second now. It takes a few seconds. It will start up. There we go. On that character at the bottom. We've got a certain amount of energy and I've already lost a bit of it, but you can't get to him. Just avoid all the ghosts you can. What do you reckon? Is it a good likeness? Bit of an advert now. You've got to sort of collect everything you can. This could be quite difficult. Oh, I nearly got it. Clever. You can actually jump on the AGD engine. Oh no! Look, all my sweets are going. I can't get that high. Right, I'm going to put some music on, shall I? I know it's continuing to play at the moment, so I'm going to try to click that sweet. I got it, finally got it. That's it. That's the one sweet you've got to collect in this room. I'm looking at the sprite. The big head of the guy has got two sets of animations there, and you can see that he's sort of opening and closing his head, and he's wearing spectacles. And it looks like there's some bandaged mummies there. And sticks of candy, not to be mistaken with walking sticks. So these are sweets you're trying to get, trick or treat. You're trying to get all the treats, effectively. And I've seen a couple of these characters earlier this year. Look at that room, it's a nice looking room, that is, isn't it? Oh. The music you can hear is not from this game. Oh, we've got a Down the Pipes character. Yeah, you know Down the Pipes, the game? There's the Mr. Pooh. And he's chasing me, so each time you catch one of them, you do lose a bit of energy. And that's a rather unusual looking guy, isn't it, there? Looks like a bit of a dodgy character to me. I've seen someone like that at Play Expo Blackpool recently. I think we know who that's meant to be. I don't know how I'm going to get to that sweet over there, but I'm going to try. Oh, the graveyard. And we got the return of the Pooh. However, these. Oh, I've lost a bit of energy there. Now, at first, I didn't know what this guy was, but I had to be told, and I said, well, I couldn't tell that. But that's Matthew Smith going across the screen. The other one's that guy, Jim Badley, you know. Newbie coder, isn't he? That's some great games. And I thought, well, how am I supposed to work that out with that face? But if you look at the platforms, they're actually out of Manic Miner. You know what I mean? And you've got the conveyor belt out of Manic Miner and the stalactites there. So that's fairly clever. Not an easy game. Remembering the patterns as they bounce around the screens. And the good thing is, look, collision control's perfect, because even though I'm on the lower level, the only thing that's going to get me is not that one or that one, but if I'm exactly the same height as them, they will get me. It'll be the... only if you go through them do you lose a bit of energy, and that's not good. Bit of a Muppet show, I know what you mean, that I'm doing here. So, what do you think of my show, Sophie? Don't answer that. It's not a trick question. What do you think of the show, then? Oh no, I'm gonna die. Well, I was hoping to do better than that. I really was. And then we return back to the start of the game. Okay. It's a platformer. It's got a big head. It doesn't have redefined keys. Graphically, it's fantastic. You know, there are a few animations in that head. There are a few animations in every part of the game there. So I was really impressed by the fact that some of the ghouls can move through you, but you won't take energy. So that was good, because that platform you can sort of have a break on. But if you're exactly the same level as them, there's no getting away from it. You will lose energy. And of course, the things moving around the screen, if they hit you, then you will lose energy, and that's what costs you your lives. Presentation, there's not a lot on the screen, but it does what it does, doesn't it? Great graphics of the writing, so it's got a nice feel to it. Good beeper sound, excellent beeper sound as a matter of fact. The A-Boy tune's okay in the other version of the game that I've got, which I could show you in a bit. Playability though, I really got into that. I really enjoyed playing that. So what do I think about it? Well, I'm going to leave links in the description below, hopefully, where you can download this game. It will be available by the time this video is released. It will be available. Give it a go. Tell me what you think about it. Personally, I'd give that an 8 out of 10. No problem at all. Enjoyable game. Graphically very good. Just the right sort of difficulty that if you do persist and you give it a go, you will crack it. So yeah, I enjoyed that. load up the next game. This is a last file before we move on. A file that's sent to me for the Crash cover tape. And yeah, we've got this from the Lee, the dynamo that is Unstoppable Force Chop Stevenson. I'm going to lengthen his name, it's a bit short for my liking. You know it as Super Hair, but this one's a slightly different version of Super Hair because it's Super Cheating Hair, which is what I'm good at. Great as always loading screen by Lee and the team that are involved in developing this. Well, I think it's mainly Lee. He does some fantastic graphics, and as always we've got the sound of this awesome AY tune. The keys are QAOP and space as stated on the screen, and he's already put in there the Crash Christmas. Listen to that AY go, eh? Don't mess about, does he, Lee? What a fantastic AY tune. Full of energy, full of beam, gets you ready for playing the game itself. Yes, Super Hair, and it used to be Super when I used to have hair. I think you're just taking the mickey out of me. Can tell you, there will be, and I've seen a sneak preview, and hopefully I'm going to get the exclusive on the show if Lee's my best buddy, of a 3D isometric hair game. That's right, brilliant. And what I've seen so far, and I know I've run a lot of isometric games down because they've got a lot to live up to, haven't they? Considering Ultimate smashed it, really, didn't they? Ultimate played the game. So I've seen some more mediocre games that have been isometric, and I'm just thinking dull, dull, dull. Well, not this one, not from what I've seen, and I'm getting kind of excited about it. But that's in a future show, and hopefully I'll be the first to review that for you. We're going to go for the keyboards. Oh. And as you can see, as always, nice graphical start to the game. Great little sound effect of the actual blasting, isn't it? Monotone, but the obviously will change colour. And it helps if you pick the right way to go to start with, else you will get trapped. If you take the more difficult route, which I have done on this occasion, pattern recognition is a thing. It looks like I'm going through a Super Hair asteroid field. I'm hoping this is not the dead end. Yes. Nice little flapping animation. Right, the S will give you a chart. Oh, I should have took it, shouldn't I? Some of these take a couple of hits to destroy, but the majority of them, you know, you destroy in one hit. But the sparks, because it was a bright spark that did this game, made it so this one you have to shock them a few times, if you know what I mean. These look like little Death Stars. Oh my goodness me, that caught me by surprise. Will I make it to the end of the first level? Well, at the moment, not just quite good. Right, on this version of the game, you start from exactly where you die. So it's as long as you're sensible with the way you play it. And now we've got to the end of the level. That should automatically open. And now we've changed colour. We move on to the boss fight. The best way is to destroy all of the enemies first. Oh, it's alright. I've got a life left, so I'll destroy it. And we change the scenery. Bit of an eye-opener, this one. Loads of eyeballs there, you see. That was my pathetic little gag. Very red in colour. Not a fan of red. Right, so we got graphically pleasing, a good rapid shoot 'em up. There's no AY music in the actual game itself, but then that would probably slow it down as a shoot 'em up. But there is, shall we say, a good share of colours around the outside. And if I keep blasting really hard, we get to the next section. I did rather well on the live play, but I bet you I won't do as well as now I've got a recording one. This bit, as I said, reminds me a little bit of the tight bends you used to get in the level 3, is it, a penetrator, where you've got to really get around the screen, and I think we're nearly done for. How many lives have I got left? Not many. Oh, that seems a shame. What are those meant to be, toasters? Oh, I'm not really hooked on this level. Oh, I've got bored of it now. That's my excuse for doing rather badly. How many lives have I got? We got 3 lives still. Go on then, we'll give it a good play. Actually, we better give it a review because we can't be playing this all day. This video will be way too long, won't it? So what do I think of the game? Well, for a shoot 'em up, it's great. Graphically, it's brilliant. It's got plenty of sound effects and amazing artwork on the sprites. The loading screen, as always, hits every box you need to tick. It's really colourful and brilliant, and nothing fishy about this part. And finished off with an absolutely excellent ending beeper music. So for the shoot 'em up, I'm also going to say that is a top-notch game, and anything over 5 for me, it doesn't work as a crash rating. I don't consider anything below 5 is a bad game. Anything above 5 is a good game. But 5's not what I'm giving this. I'm giving this 8 exactly, because that's exactly what I thought it was. It was a good 8 out of 10. Nothing really lets it down other than the fact I'm not very good at it. Now, I'm going to revise that. I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10 because it's pretty good. The bleeper music at the start is great, and the AY sound effects are spot on as well. Once again, that'll be on the Crash Christmas cover tape. Let's journey back now to 1991 to issue number 88 to have a look at a couple of games as we give them the re-review treatment, and hopefully if we get time we'll give the rewind, reblast and play it again, Sam, as we hit a classic, a blast from the past. Just loading up the game that we're going to have a look at. The game's called Predator 2. Imagine Works would have cost you £10.99 or $14.99. You had a brief look at the loading screen. It was brief. I will get you a better look. There we go. Loading screen not bad at all. Very colourful. Imagine Works. Opening AY tune. Very freaky indeed. And written by John Wildsmith. Okay. What can I tell you about this game? Well, presentation was given 75%, the graphics was given 80%, the sound was given 65%. Usual. I need a drink. My phone's drying up. Playability 79%, addictive quality 77%, overall rating was 75%. Can tell you that this is a little bit like Operation Wolf, where it's a shoot 'em game. Does it play the same? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Okay, you get this guy here. So, I don't think you're meant to shoot anything that goes by. Unless they start shooting you. You can see the Predator in the background. You need to catch them as they're coming forwards. I don't know how to destroy him. I'm sure I'm going to... And same way, I can't get to that animals to shoot it, can I say? Shoot anything that's coming towards you. Unusual looking graphics, really. I don't think it's all of that. I mean, I've just took a hit there. which is not quite like Predator, where you're trying to hunt for the predator. You're killing everything and anything, but everything's trying to destroy you. So maybe in this game you're meant to be the predator. I'm not a fan of this waist down look at the game. You know, I'd rather the guy actually not be there at all. But gotta be honest, I could just leave it play itself. Am I impressed? It's just boring. You know, we got 75%. I didn't agree. I played it for a lot longer than this, and I just didn't see any real change in the game to make me want to play it anymore. You know, you can't kill that shadow in the background. That is the predator, and that got a 75% rating. Personally, I didn't like it. I'd only give it a 5 out of 10. Do you agree? Was it one that you played? Do you remember playing this Predator 2 back in the day? Not my sort of scene. Leave your comments as always in the comments below. Moving on then. Game we're going to look at now. Only got 1 rating. Panic Dizzy. Interesting AY opening tune. This got a rating of 80%. Would have cost you $2.99, and it didn't have a full list of ratings, but 8 out of 10 is what Crush gave it. I couldn't quite understand that myself, and I'll explain why in a minute. Seems a little bit rushed to be finished. I mean, when you're changing the screens, you've got your Dizzy character there, frantically waving his arms. He doesn't actually move in this game very much. We're going to select Kempson, of course. Bang free. And then we just press fire to start. Away we go. Oh, what's this? You can choose a level. So what we're going to do now is basically align those colour squares up with the right, you know, and oh, I've chose the really hard level, haven't I? Now that wasn't very wise of me, was it? But we'll roll with it. Oh man, on this level, it's okay. Oh. And the idea is to get them in the right hole as fast as you can. So it's self-explanatory, isn't it? There are 2. No. Oh, this is tough. And every time you get it wrong, the crushers come down even quicker. And if you ain't careful, they're going to crush you totally. I ain't happy about that. I've got to give it another go. Should we try again? This time I'm going to go for an easier level. Ready to go? Yep, we'll try an easier level. Yeah, well, we've only got 2 different shapes to contend with, and now I feel like I know I can play this game. You have to be careful, because if you move that too far, we can just sit here and do nothing for 5 minutes. Yeah, the first level really is easy, really easy. But if you try and be a bit more challenging, as you've just seen another level that I've played, it's quite difficult. But it doesn't feel like a Dizzy game to me. He doesn't move. He just moves his arms left and right to show that he's moving this left and right. And you're just catching items. You know, it's just what you do as a 2-year-old, I suppose. And this got an 80% rating. Yes, graphically it's great. But apart from the AY tune that I've provided in the background, from a game called Pussy, of course, which is a TRD file using the DFMMC. it hasn't got sound effects other than that plonk. 8 out of 10, really. I don't agree. I think it's a 5.5 at best. Looks nice, but it's not my type of game. In fact, I got bored of it. I obviously played itself. But it has got some great AY tune, hasn't it, at the end of the day, at the start of it. So yeah, I'll give it a 6. Why not? Do you agree? Leave your comments in the comments below. The next game, I'll tell you a little bit about it. The game's called Skull and Crossbones. It would have cost you £9.99 or £14.99 on disc. Presentation 70%, graphics got 68%, sound's got 65%. That means we're going to have some AY sound. And I've just managed to drop it in time. Interesting AY sound, to be fair. Playability is 69%, addictive quality is 71%, overall rating was 73%. Skull and Crossbones. We get to choose the controls, so hopefully when you press this you get that little box that goes, it's like Windows, the first version was actually out on the Spectrum. Or was it? 2 for joystick, opens another window, then you choose which joystick, and then that window will close. Red dog. Well, obviously it's going to be keyboard. So press key for left, right, up, down, fire. And the quick key is Q. And P is for pause. So with this rating of a 71%, and Demark was the author of this game, never actually played this before, so this is a first. We're going to give it a go and see how it plays and see if I can agree with that 71% rating it got back in 1991. One player please. Let's get some AY tune on in the background. Takes a few minutes while it sets the screen up. Okay, so we can try to kill him perhaps. No, I forgot. You've got to be perfectly on the line to kill him. What's the red button for? Is it something I collect? Ah. Yes, you've got to be perfect, haven't you? I need that money. Thank you very much. Give me the money. 10 cents, eh? Well, you've got to basically go forwards on this game to achieve anything. So they're all waiting for me. Excuse me, I've got to get that. Thank you. And I'm finding that the way to do it is to face the opposite direction. To change direction, just literally hold your button down and it will change direction from one direction to the other. You've got to be perfect on that plank. Ah, jumped up okay. Got him. We got 10 pence. Oh, she disappeared. So I've probably ended up completing the first level. We've got a bit of a sound clash going on there, haven't we? We're going to move on to the next level, evidently. It takes a few more minutes for it to change scenes, as always. This game's a little bit slow moving in places. But what I can say is, we have got AY music while we're playing the game. I'm being fired at. Can we kill them? And I presume that we can get up these ladders. Aha. Gotta get him. Gotta get him. I can't see their energy level, so I don't know if I'm winning or not. However, there's lots of money going on the screen. And them arrows seem to be pretty accurate, don't they? Right, you're going for it. Can I get him? Can we get him? I think we got him. Ah, we get to go up a level. Well, for the Spectrum game, this is trying to achieve quite a lot, isn't it? Oh, you blagger. Oh, you get to continue. Okay, that's cool. I like that, thank you very much. Have I got to defeat all of these cards? Indeed I have. Okay. Well, I'm collecting that as well. So I probably got to swing down there, have I? Yes. It took me a few moments to work that out, but we managed to do that. Wow, it's got to get down the ladder then. Okay, I've got you. And then we've got to defeat everybody again. I see. Well, graphically, it's really quite good. I'm quite surprised at the actual the playability of the game. It's a little bit hit and miss whether you're stabbing them or not, and all I seem to be doing here is frantically hitting the button. And sometimes it's a bit hit and miss whether you collect anything. However, with that sort of AY tune actually in the game, doesn't seem to slow down anything. There's no lag of that of any sort, and you can see clearly what you do. They don't all try and attack you at once, which is rather odd, to be honest. You'd think they would do. You would probably get that in Target Renegade. They'd all attack, wouldn't they? Apart from the boss. Takes a few extra seconds, obviously, for it to load the next bit of the level up. Or is it just me, or is it just genuinely slow? Maybe I've got to go back up and, yeah, I've got to find my way along the scene. Ah, well, I didn't even see myself move there. It just seems to be moving on its own accord. Gotcha. So I don't think you can go that way now, so I've got to just basically defeat everything, have I? And then before I can cross over to that other side, can I knock him back? Yeah. As you defeat each one, the next one respawns. Wow. I'm really getting into this. Come on then. So yeah, now I remember that is to spring across. Yeah, gotcha. Oh, and that one's actually armed with an axe. Okay, so his blows a little bit more deadly than everybody else's apparently. Oh, I think he got me there. I've already used one of the allies up. Got him. Oh, it's a wizard, and he just defeat the wizard. Oh, is he the wizard? There we go. We're changing to the next level. Okay, well that, believe it or not, got a 73% rating, and for the sound alone, I thought it was worth 73%. Graphically, it's pretty good. It's a bit sluggish and slow manoeuvring. Slow moving, you know, it's sort of laggy a little bit, but not when certain areas seem to run better than others, if you know what I mean. There's a lot graphically going on the screen, so there is obviously the inevitable colour crash. I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10, just going to round it up to that half figure. That's what I'm going to agree with, and I thought it was a good game, but awkward to play with a screw. Oh, my heart is. Promise I won't do that again. So let's go for our blast from the past as we hit the retro rewind and play the game. What game have I chose this week? Well, it's coming up now. Why don't you stay tuned? What game did I choose for a play the game, a blast from the past, a bit of a retro rewind? Well, it's one of my favourite platformers from about 1984, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that because I didn't check before I started the show, but it was a game that I've picked for the rewind. It's got a great little loading screen and it's a platformer. Now I'm a platformer specialist and this is where I cut my teeth into playing these sorts of games. Yes, you can see it there from 1984. Guessed right then. Who said it was a guess? Of course I was right. Of great loading screen. I remember waiting for ages for this to load up when I was young, because it always seemed to take forever, didn't it? Well, you know, not a great deal in the way it loads, it's just standard loading. You know, no hyper loading this, it was a proper normal loading sequence. However, you had to collect things in order to progress in the game. And then it was a rotten second level that was always slightly different, but it got gradually harder. So, without further ado, let's get to playing this game. Oh, we're loaded. Now, the keys were ZX, but you couldn't... I don't know what kind of load to the keys, to be honest. ZX and space to activate. So the keys were just 3 keys, basic. If you've never played this game before, it's a must play. You start by collecting things in order. Start with his head. Then obviously you get his arms and ribs in one movement. And as you can see, these ribs on the other side. So you basically have to collect every part of his body part from left and right. If you hold by the springs, there we go. And this is where you have to run for it for this one. Now what the bulb does, it'll keep you still, but it also recharges your time slightly. And once you've done that, you just literally got to wait for the right moment, which in this case is going to be about now. You get a bonus for the amount of time that you've got remaining. The ice will make you slip. Hard concentration going on here. It's been a while since I played it last, but this is the rewind game. And obviously because you're going from left to right when you're collecting the body parts, the leg that you collect last is that one by the spring, and there's a little trick to doing that. You don't want to die, because if you do die then you have to start the entire level again. Now will I? No, best not chance it, best not chance it. There we go, we're going to get past the first level. Once you get every body part, you then have to make your way up to the top, press the button, activate, obviously, Frank of the Stein. And I love the animation of his glasses that wobble. I can't do it, can I do it? And then you move on to this level, which is the same every other level. You zoom in and out, but don't stand still for too long, because the ball that is approaching you will appear from where you was posted last. And I've made it, I think. And then you press the button to deactivate him. So, this was my blast from the past to play it again, the Retro Rewind. I've got to think of a shorter name for that title. An absolutely brilliant game for a platformer, quite original, collect all the parts, not just like collecting amulets or anything like that, you know, like in the Monty games or the Manic Miner. This one you have to collect the items in order, and you also have to time it between, you don't have a jump mechanism in it. That's the beauty of this game, there's no such thing as a jump. To get up you have to use a spring, to get down you have to fall. You can fall too far and you can run out of time pretty quickly if you stand still. Frankenstein, play the game. And with that said, it's time to wrap the show up. So as always, a big thank you to Matthew Logue, who did the AY tune at the start of the show. A big thank you to Seb and Richard Hollins. I'm Just with having me words today, what is wrong with me for giving me an early access to that game. Big thank you to Lee Chop Stevens and of course Ralph from abroad, who gave me Summit Up for Crash Cover Tape 2. Lee for helping me with another game for the Crash Christmas Cover Tape. Yep, that's going to be on it and you're going to see it soon. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's show, and of course if you did enjoy today's show, please remember to leave a comment, like, subscribe and share. And if you didn't enjoy today's show, well, thank you for watching this long, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. In the meantime, depending on when you watch this, have a nice working week or weekend, and I'll see you again soon. But from me and of course my AI robot there, Emo, it's bye for now. And remember, if you love a bit of 8-bit, you're going to love a bit of Retro Robbins. See you again soon. Bye for now.